There is the expectation that this second motion, the vote on the weekend, will have a higher level of likelihood for success.
That's correct. The motion was filed after the defiant speech that we saw earlier in the day yesterday from President Yoon. It was pretty long speech compared to the 2-minute apology that he issued earlier. But it is true that his bid to turn public sentiment against the opposition is failing to gain traction, with the members of his own party turning on him. And we know this by now, that the opposition needs to secure 200 votes in a 300-seat parliament to pass the motion. And an attempt to impeach Yoon last Saturday failed to reach that threshold after his party boycotted the vote. So this time around on Saturday, we'll be watching whether they will boycott that vote again, or actually go through and go and sit in the vote and then actually vote to impeach the president. The opposition requires just one more People Power Party, ruling party lawmaker, and to actually validate the impeachment vote. And that's because they need at least 8 people from the ruling party, 8 defection, to make this happen. But this is very likely, as we saw yesterday. The ruling party leader, Han Dong-un, earlier said that he described impeachment as the only way to make President Yoon step down. And the other possibility of other than the possibility of impeachment, we're also seeing President face a number of investigations, and he's already banned from traveling overseas.
What do we know about what happens? I mean, we know that if it doesn't pass, they have said they will just keep trying, right? So setting up for potentially, further motions and votes. But if it does go through, do we know procedurally what happens when it comes to kind of the road to an election?
Right. So if the impeachment goes through this Saturday, unlike what we have seen last Saturday, then we will immediately have the Prime Minister Han Duck-soo take over the duties. But that's already been tried out from the ruling party leader, although the opposition actually heavily rejected that offer, given that they were saying that it was the people voted for President Yoon, not the ruling party, to run the country. So we will see who will be in charge of this, and especially given that the opposition tried to impeach the prime minister as well, and also a lot of the members of the cabinet. And of course, after that, we have 60 days to elect a new president. And when it goes to constitutional court, it requires up to 180 days to have the whole thing go through. So we might be expecting a few months until we have the new president. And today we'll be specifically watching how the parliament goes ahead with the security committee. The opposition will keep asking and grilling the lawmakers involved, the cabinet members involved in the martial law order last week.